Yes, very good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone present here this evening, this afternoon, or this morning. It depends on where you're from. So we welcome you. We welcome you to Passion Global Malaysia, Singapore. And tonight we're going to have a special guest with us who's none other than Dr. John Ajongwen. I pronounce it correctly, right? Yeah. So, okay, I would like to do a little bit of intro because today we have some new guests with us and we welcome every single one of you. Whether you have been regular with us or you are new with us, today we welcome every single one. So with Passion Global Singapore, Malaysia, for us, our mission and vision is nurturing mindset and leadership. And we are for passion and for OBLES. So I would like to start off by sharing a little bit of how Passion Global Singapore got started. It started with this lady called Chui Hia, and Chui Hia got Miss Mabel to join her. And after joining her in November 2020, but didn't know who their leader was and who was the sponsor. And by God's grace, within 2 days, Singapore found their sponsor. And the sponsor is none other than Dr. Bill Williams. So Dr. Bill Williams gave them the content and the confidence to start their own trial webinar. And by 23rd of September 2021, with some other founders as well, Mabel, Chan, and the rest got started and they started their first webinar. Their first public webinar was on the 30th of September 2021. And of course, Dr. Bill is our resident leader and our host, and he has been behind us all this while, supporting us, nurturing us, and also, backing us to move along. And we have been consistently on the show every Thursday. So for those of you who are new with us, please do bring all your other friends, invite your friends, and join us every Thursday evening at 8:30 Singapore time. So that's EDT 8:30 AM. Okay, so Singapore is PM. Okay, so I would like to also share a little bit about our webinar. The theme has always been a vision of ONPASSIVE. And our mission is, of course, OBLES, which I mentioned earlier, passion for humanity, eradicating poverty and to uplift humanity. So that is our vision and our mission in Passion Global. So without further ado, I would like to call upon the next person, and that's none other than Mr. Kumaran. Mr. Kumaran, please.
Yes. Kumaran. So for Kumaran, he has passed me the avatar and the videos introduction to me to share screen. So Kumaran, well done again. Let me put on the sound. And this is the one.
Hello everybody, today I'm so excited to be a guest speaker on the Dr. Bill Williams Singapore Malaysia webinar on July 27 this Thursday 8 AM Eastern Daylight Time and 8:30 PM Singapore time. I am going to share my passion for ONPASSIVE. I hope that you will join me. Thank you.
This is just the beginning. I'm very happy how it came out. Nothing like we planned, but it was perfect.
We go to the top with the Philippines. We go to the top with the Netherlands.
Singapore.
We go Singapore.
Absolutely. We are in Singapore. We'll make a show of it. Yeah.
Bangladesh.
Yeah, indeed.
See you at the top.
See you at the top. Thank you, Dr. Bill. Appreciate you.
Wow, thank you, Kumaran. That was great sharing about team passion during the last 20 months. It is nice to remember the active founders who support our webinar each week and the guest speakers who have visited us. By the way, my name is Joanne Wong. I co-host the next agenda. I will invite Brother John Barilla to guide us on the do's and don'ts during our webinar. Please take over, Brother John.
Yes, thank you very much, Joanne. Thank you. Hello everybody. Just a few do or don'ts. Please don't raise your hands right now or throughout the presentation, which will be coming up shortly. Please, we don't like to see the hands up when we're not going to call on it for a while because it's not the Q&A time yet. So don't raise your hands now, but wait, and a little later, we'll let you know it's time to raise your hands for questions and answers also, please. Well, of course, keep your mics muted. Also, please sit up straight if you're on video and I see it as maybe lying down. Or just not looking proper, because we want to look nice and neat and friendly here, or I'll close your video. So anyway. That's about it. Oh, and no questions in the chat please, or we'll answer questions in a little while when we call for questions and answers. Okay, that's about it. For now, thank you very much folks, and take over please, Joanne.
Thank you, John.
Thank you, Brother John Barilla. Now I will invite the one, in the only one, our First Lady, Queen Dr. Benny, to thank our God. Please, Queen Dr. Benny.
Thank you so much, Joanne, for giving me this opportunity. And also, I want to thank Brother John Barilla for the do's and don'ts. And the rest guys for coming here, we love you guys. And the first thing I want to thank is our Father. I want to thank our Maker, our God. Because He, by the way, brought all of us together this afternoon, this evening and this morning. He loves all of us. That is where we can breathe in and out. As you all know, there are a lot of people in the hospital that are begging for this air. They're paying for it, so when you wake up in the morning, please thank your God. I want to thank our Father again for sending somebody to us. That is why we are here. He sent our visionary to all of us, right? This visionary saw the vision and he was not selfish. He decided to share this opportunity with all of us. And his name is Mr. Ashmafair. If it wasn't for him, we will now not be here. Thank you, Joanne, to you now.
Thank you, Dr. Benny. That's really touching our hearts. Now let's invite our Singapore great leader, creating so many ONPASSIVE founders in Southeast Asia. Let's welcome Sister Mabel. The floor is yours. Please continue.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, welcome everybody. The introduction and welcome has been given, so let me start quickly my presentation for the night. Yeah. Let me pin myself. And here it goes. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening to Passion Singapore Malaysia Global. The host team is here, Dr. Bill Williams, our resident leader. Myself, my name is Mabel Chan. Of course, you have heard Jeannie Tan, Faith Yo, we are from Singapore. We have Kumaran from Malaysia, John Barilla from USA, Dr. Benny England, who has done the great welcome to all of us too from USA, and Debbie McCormick, who has so wonderfully invited our guest speaker tonight. And he is Dr. John Ajongwen from USA. So a big warm thank you, welcome to him, and thank you for gracing our webinar tonight. Tonight's agenda is I will give a short presentation to kick off the passion of Mr. Ash Mufarah, and then Dr. John will come and give us this beacon of good for humanity ONPASSIVE. And then he will share with us one leadership trait for all blessed or for any fulfillment of passion We have some corporate updates, and then the floor is open for everyone to share. Just to mention, we are in 200 over countries, and just to mention for a start, we are in USA. ONPASSIVE is in USA, India, Dubai, Singapore, Egypt. And as Jeannie has shown, but here the mission proper is listed here. The passion, the mission of Singapore, Malaysia Global is to ignite passion. We're setting each other on fire for passion for humanity. And then eventually, as the Lord leads, we will form passion groups to fulfill goals and mission. What are we doing now? Our first goal of action is actually inviting affiliates, leaders to share their passion, because by sharing, though it's one at a time, by sharing, we are going to suddenly have an army of passionate people marching forward, unstoppable, to make the world a better place. It is indeed passion for humanity to make the world a better place. Now, right, we go to the heart of Mr. Ash Mufareh with a few slides, because everything starts from this man. And he said, do it or die. He guaranteed our success. And he vowed to share wealth with us. Which CEO, which leader would say all this to guarantee our success? And he is Mr. One and Only, I think, one and only Mr. Ash Mufareh to share wealth with us. At 97 joining fee, brothers, sisters, affiliates, founders, at $97 joining fee to this ONPASSIVE for apples. Here in ONPASSIVE, we refer financial liberty to apples. And at $97, he's going to leave a legacy to the next generation. And it's not for an apple or a basket of apple, but it is for apple trees and an orchard of apples. This is, just look at this orchard. It is indeed generational wealth. And if anyone at any time feel that you have better use for your $97, the refund is still applicable. Here, when we talk about generational wealth, we have this slide to say, this young man is saying to the daddy, Dad, now you can rest. I can take care of this family. So in usual cases, generational wealth is from parents to children, but in this slide, in this case, in this post, it also can from children to parents. And then as we are blessed, we can also bless our relatives and loved ones, to the community, to humanity, and together we help make the world a better place. This slide tells that living the life we've always dreamed of. See how happy we jump for joy. And indeed, it is generational wealth. What a joy to look at in this post. Mr. Ash Mufareh says, when it comes to wealth, an army of CPAs, financial teams, and of course our legal team are going to fine-tune the projected commission plan that is eminently coming. We just need to be in it and we will win it. We don't speculate the commission plan. We don't speculate the amount we will make, but we just know something legal will be forwarded to us. When we talk about the plan Mr. Ash Mufareh has for us, I just want to share and illustrate what an ONPASSIVE account is to us. What one ONPASSIVE account is for us. Just look at all these products and programs on the left here. This is if you do not have any business that you are representing, you're not selling any products. If you have an ONPASSIVE account, just in case some of us are new here, if you have an ONPASSIVE account and you don't have any products to sell, no company to represent, then ONPASSIVE sells ONPASSIVE products for you. ONPASSIVE sells ONPASSIVE products for you. What if you do have a company, you do have products that you can represent and sell? Then this very ONPASSIVE account can also expose your products to the world. So here it is. One ONPASSIVE account represent a multiple business center. This is a multiple on the left. This is a dozen, 2 dozen, 3 dozen of multiple business centers. Every product is a center. Every product is a revenue making center. And then on the right here, you see if you have your own product. So multiple business center in one ONPASSIVE account to the global market, and thus giving you multiple streams of income. This is what we want. Now, ONPASSIVE is automated in every way. All these products that you see, it is automated. One platform, one single login, and the ONPASSIVE system will introduce, recommend, tutoring you to all the products that ONPASSIVE will be recommending us. So one login, one platform, and you will see all the products. Now here it is. I want to quickly complete this slide. Whatever we have known, founders, for the last 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, whatever you have known is just the tip of the iceberg. Just 5% we have come to know that at Inform. Mr. Ashmufara is slowly, gradually going to masterpiece and release to us what we ought to know. Whatever we have seen last year, the biggest marketing campaign, what we are going to witness in the coming days and weeks and months is going to be 100 times bigger, probably, especially in August. Now, having seen all this, it's only 5% of what is coming for us. I just want to quote this Bible verse without being religious, okay? Without being religious, I just want to quote this Bible verse in Amos 9:13, okay? Because I don't understand when I read this, how this could possible. But in this generation of us seeing the birth of ONPASSIVE, we can see this verse maturing in front of us. This verse says, yes, indeed, it won't be long, God decree. Yes, things are going to happen so fast, your head is going to swim. One thing fast on the heels of the other, you won't be able to keep up. Everything is going to happen so fast at one time, and everywhere you look is going to be blessing, 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 like wine pouring off the mountains and hills. This is in the translation of the Message. So here, with all that is coming to us, the vision of ONPASSIVE, making the world a better place. And Mr. Ashmufara says, one person at a time, and that one person is you and I, one family at a time. Your family and my family is that family. And then founders collectively, we can do more. At 1.4 million founders, we're going to touch 1.4 million founders at a time, 1.4 million families at a time, several communities at a time, and then eradicating poverty as much as possible. Mr. Ashmufara says, the 1.4 million of us, we are his motivation. Mr. Ashmufara, it's all about Ashmufara now. Mr. Ashmufara says, my name is Ashmufara, and I will conquer starvation in the world on the 12th of July this year. And he says, we are fighters for you, for humanity. And he says, he's not building his legacy, he's building our legacy, yours and mine. Hallelujah. Thank you, God. And thank you, Mr. Ashmufara. He says, and together we can dream bigger. And this is ONPASSIVE movement. Ashmufara says ONPASSIVE is a beacon of hope. And this is what today's speaker will say, the goodness for humanity. I believe in ONPASSIVE because God is in it. Mr. Ashmufara has acknowledged God in the open for ONPASSIVE. He says God has endorsed ONPASSIVE and has given him 3 powers. The vision of making the world a better place is the very vision. The 1.4 million of us early registration, we are his motivation, his vision, his power, and then the super executive that he has gathered all over the world to run this ONPASSIVE in the background is his empowerment. When a man acknowledges God is humanity, and God will exalt him in due time. So his acknowledgement of God in public is no small thing. His achievements will be divinely empowered, and ONPASSIVE indeed will be an impact for the generations to come. Here, the next 3 slides or so, we're going to introduce the heart of Mr. John Ajongwen. Thank you, Dr. John, for gracing our webinar tonight. Dr. John, passion and experience. He is a highly educated man with PhD in chemical and biochemical engineering and BMA. He spent 20 years in the pharmaceutical industry with various pharmaceutical companies managing global projects. But in the last 10 years, he is financially proficient to help us manage wealth creation, debt elimination, wealth protection, legacy planning, and strategies for efficient wealth distribution. This is the man tonight that will talk to us, directing the focus and letting us understand how ONPASSIVE is a beacon of good for humanity. The floor is open to you, Dr. John Ajongwen. Thank you for coming to our webinar tonight. The floor is yours. Set us on fire, enrich us, enlighten us. Thank you, Dr. John.
Wow, 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 wow. Okay, I don't know if I'm even going to be able to keep up to what my sister Mabel just put together and said. I hope I'm sharing my screen. I hope you can see it.
Yes, we can.
And I really want to start by thanking my sister, Mama Debbie McCormick, for extending this invite to me, and more importantly, for Sisters Mabel and Jenny for creating and giving me the opportunity to actually share my passion in ONPASSIVE. I was so inspired, Sister Mabel, by your presentation. I have been watching in the background and seeing what has been happening here on this webinar and how it has been growing. The one thing that really impresses me about this platform is really the mindset that you're trying to build, and the mindset of our CEO that you are trying to transmit to all the founders and everybody that is attending this webinar. And I really want to applaud all of you, as well as the leadership of this team, for everything that you do. When Sister Debbie asked me what I was going to talk about, I sort of ummed and ahed, and then at the end of the day, I just told her, why don't we talk about how I see ONPASSIVE as a beacon of goodness and hope to humanity. And what I'm going to do is, I don't really want to go and start sharing some big slides or whatever, but I want to tell you my own story. And my hope is that in telling you my story and how my life has transformed me to think about this opportunity that our CEO has offered us, that you will see yourself in this. When our sister Mabel was making her presentation, she said, we need to start one person at a time, one family at a time, 1.4 million of us at a time, and then we can go out and uplift humanity. So I want to just share with you some of those things that at the personal level have sort of made me to start this journey one person at a time, and why I think if we all develop those type of mindsets, then the vision that our CEO has set up for us is going to be realized. So very briefly, if we look at how things are at a global level, we see that there is not really any cause for hope. When we just listen to the news, when we look around us, we know that, you know, the gap between the haves and have-nots gets wider every day. Economic and political oppression, we know it's the order of the day. And, you know, those who have the opportunity to be able to exploit others, they take advantage of that. And that's why when you look at statistics and they talk about the 1%ers, 1% owns and controls a bigger percentage of the wealth in this world. That is why when our CEO says ONPASSIVE will enable us to be able to flip the pyramid, he is looking at that bottom 95% who really don't even control up to 1/3 of the world. Doesn't mean they don't take part in the production of the wealth, they do not just benefit from it. If we think again in terms of the global economic situation, I use the United States as an example, which is considered like the #1 country economically. We're in a broke country. For those of you who've been following, you realize that our national debt is like $31 trillion and increasing. I mean, I don't know if anybody has ever tried to think about what $1 trillion looks like if you stack it up. The way that our governments control it is just raise the ceiling. So you can just keep taking a bit more debt. And what's happening is, in the future, chances are that the income in this country and in other countries around the world will not even be able to pay for the interest on this debt. And those who would be disproportionately affected would be the ones on the lower side of the economic scale. On a business front, we know what's happening with companies. Even some of the very big high-tech companies, we know they are all in this race to see who can lay off many people, who can take. So to really look at, as I said, share with you how my passion in ONPASSIVE has developed, I would like to talk about it from the point of view of my story, my early beginnings, and 4 areas that I have become very passionate in. And I just want you to think, are those things that can actually prick me to go out and do a bit more to help humanity. So this is my story. My early days, I was born in a little village in Cameroon. I happened to be back there in March, and this is a picture in the background of the what I call a stately home where I grew up. Loving family, large family. We had food to eat because we all grew it ourselves. But even in those early days, we had lots of struggles. The first of which was we did not have roads to be able to go to farm or to be able to take produce to the market. I used to sell firewood to help sponsor myself in primary school. And you were talking of walking almost about 8 kilometers or more with a bundle of firewood on your head to go sell, because there was no way that you could even transport that. There was also the issue of healthcare, which still exists today. I'll tell you 2 stories, very personal. A niece of mine died on my shoulder because she was sick. We had to take her to hospital. It was a 2-hour trek. There was no way that there was no means of transportation. The best that you could do was a bike, push bike, but even the roads did not allow for somebody to ride a bike with a patient. We couldn't make it to the hospital because the nearest hospital was over 2 hours trek away. Then we had my dad. When he was like 85 years old, he fell at home, just in this our compound that I show in the background. And because there were no healthcare facilities, no means of transportation, the cousin who was at home with him, all he could do was yank him and put him on his back, and they trekked for almost 2 hours before they got to a part of the road where they could get a taxi, not an ambulance, a taxi to the hospital. Needless to say, somebody who has fallen and sprained the spine, the last thing you want to do is yank them and throw them on your back and go trekking. That was the cause of his eventual demise. So growing up and thinking about what if God gave me the means, I'll be able to provide for my community. Two things kept coming to mind: road infrastructure, or a way that people can transport from one area to another quickly, as well as healthcare facilities. And then, as God will have it, I had the first opportunity. And the opportunity is this gentleman here. That is my eldest sister's husband, who literally took, when he got married to my sister, he took me along as his son. He gave me the opportunity to be able to study. When I went back to the village and I saw my age mates who never had that opportunity to study, some of them, they look like 25 or 30 years older than me. They never had the opportunity to go to school. They're peasant farmers, and they never really were able to achieve their God-given right because they never had someone to be able to give them that opportunity to go to school or uplift them. And then I had a second opportunity, which was a result of that exposure of giving me a way to be able to study. I had a scholarship which enabled me to leave Cameroon and go study in the United Kingdom. Wow. I was not the only person that I would say was smart and passed the exams to go. The only thing that happened was I was one of the few that the government was able to sponsor, because there was a limited number of people who were given scholarship. And if they chose that they were going to give the top 10 and you happened to be number 11, that's where your luck ended. So those people that were not given that opportunity to go study, when I go and see some of them, where their trajectories took them to, people that would have grown up to be really, really successful and contribute to the society, their potential was not realized because they never had that opportunity. So when I came out of school and I started thinking about how was it that I could go and help some of those people, thinking about literally packing my things from the United Kingdom and going back to Cameroon to become a teacher so I could impact some of the knowledge that I had, I also had to start thinking about doing that as well as supporting my family. And sometimes in life, when God gives you a mission and he gives you a vision, he also has this tendency of giving you somebody to be able to assist you. We know all the way from the days in the Bible that even in the when Adam was alone in the garden, God gave him Eve as a partner to actually be able to assist and help him along the way. So luckily for me, I had the opportunity that God actually brought into my life somebody who became an inspiration and actually had the same mindset, maybe because of her upbringing, to be able to think along the same lines of how can we turn back and look at some of the people that have been less fortunate. And I'll talk a bit about some of the activities. So I have actually been playing the supporting role, but she's been my inspiration. That's Dr. Pat. But more importantly, what has happened along this journey is that with all the dreams and all the hopes that we have had, these have been extremely limited because of the lack of means. When I joined ONPASSIVE, I attended one webinar, and I remember Mr. Ash Mufari asking a question: what would Mother Teresa do if she had the means? What would Mother Teresa do? What would she have done if she had the means? This is a question that we, being in this blessed opportunity, don't really need to be asking completely with the second part. We should just be asking ourselves, what can we do? Because with ONPASSIVE, we will be given the means. We actually have been given the means. And it's really up to us now to go out there and look at what it is that we need to do. Now, let me really move forward and tell you a bit of this story and things that have been sort of been boiling and bothering me on 4 areas that I mentioned. I must have talked about the areas of water, the areas of roads, the area of education and health, things that are dear and close to my heart. I told you I visited Cameroon in March this year. So what I'm going to share with you are really like recent pictures. And what I want to just see is, if you look at this, it looks like a road to nowhere. It looks like it ends. But this, if I just show a bit of a close-up, is actually a major road to one of the most fertile food and agricultural producing areas in the country. Just if you guys know about the Mount Cameroon is the second tallest mountain in Africa, in the tropical rainforest area, extremely fertile area with a lot of production. Foodstuff gets produced, it rots in the farms, but then the people that do not have enough to eat in the towns. This is like the road that leads to those farms. In fact, the pictures look very scenic, but if you think about these rocks and that you're climbing a mountain, the only thing that actually goes on these roads are bikes. And these bike riders, they ride with rain boots, not even with regular shoes, because the bikes, the rocks hit their legs so badly, and they have to literally be supporting themselves with the rain boots as they ride. And I mentioned about how fertile the produce that is coming out from these areas is. This here was really literally a farm of plantains that were planted just 3 years. 3 years after they were planted, they've been producing, and you have harvest almost every 2 weeks. What does the picture and a video that I actually had, which I may or may not share here in the interest of time, is that it really showed, we went and walked through this 45 acres of farm, and I would say 30 or 40% of the plantains that they harvested, they were abandoned in the farm. Not because the guys didn't want to take them, but because there was no way to transport this produce to the nearest town, which is just about 4 kilometers away. Then the one that I really wanted, when I saw it, sort of shocked me. I call it the tale of 3 rivers. This is supposed to be a bridge. And this bridge was constructed over a stream or a river that separates Sister Debbie's quarter from my quarter in the village. And when we were growing up and we used to carry our stuff to go sell in the market and go through this road, if you were coming back and it had rained, we'll probably just spend the night in Auntie Debbie's quarter because there was no way to cross this stream to go to our own area. You can see there is nothing there right now. Absolutely nothing. This second one here, we know at least one person had drowned in this stream. People used to go swim here, but what you're seeing here is the bedrock. And the person that is actually in that picture is my elder brother that I showed, but that was in the picture that I took showing where I was born. We had to go almost 4 kilometers away from the house to go fetch just ordinary drinking water. And you can barely see water flowing through the bedrock of this river. And then there is, this is the video here, which I make, in fact, it's sort of, I'll probably just, if you can play, you can see that this used to be a very, very big stream. People used to swim here. Okay, you cannot even come in and walk it. This is terrible. Because that water no longer flows, but it is just a puddle or doesn't flow a lot, needless to say that if you are drinking that water, you are literally drinking it at your own risk. Then I come even closer to home. This is the stream that is nearest to our compound. And we couldn't even go carry the water from there because it's not deep enough for you to be able to use like the can that he was using to actually carry the water. There was a bridge constructed over that stream, again, because it used to be really quite deep. We used to do fishing in this stream. And you can just see that if you look at the way that people go in there, they have to get like little cocoyam leaves to scoop water there to drink. Now, you realize from there that that water, one, is not a good source of drinking water anymore. No surprise, a lot of people suffer from cholera. And the fact that we have got global warming and dried up all this water, people are traveling 5-6 kilometers to go get water. And then I want to look at this one here. I said 48 and counting. For those of you who may not be aware, unfortunately, the situation in Cameroon right now is such that in one part of the country, there is actually an armed conflict. And there are lots and lots and lots of children who have been internally displaced, the orphans, the widows, and as well as people who basically, because of everything, cannot even afford to send their kids to school. I told you my story that had it not been that someone, my brother-in-law, reached up and lifted me and gave me the opportunity, I would not be here talking to you. If you look at all these faces here, do you see a future engineer? Do you see probably a future president, minister, designer? Think about the opportunities that are in these young, smiling faces that would probably just die if nothing is done. And I'll say we here, primarily my wife has been birthing all these children that we are giving support to on an ongoing basis. That's why I say that 48 and counting. And one of the things that, you know, if you look at the younger ones, those that are like in primary school, the top left picture is just a picture of just send about $2,000 or so. They can buy uniforms and book packs and so on for a lot of kids. And you can see that was a group of kids that were being donated their books, their book packs, and their uniforms. The person to the right of that picture, if you can see, the two people are the ones that are like helping coordinate, as well as the teller who sewed their uniforms for them. But then one of the things that is becoming not a challenge, but a good challenge is that if you look at those ones that are inside this circled area, they've actually passed and gone beyond the primary school level. You can see most of them smiling. They got good results. They're going to secondary school. Yes, even yesterday or the last 2 days, we got news that some of the other ones that may or may not be pictured here, additional ones passed and they're going to secondary school. While this is good news, it poses a problem. The cost of supporting one of these children in secondary school is the same as maybe supporting 50 or 60 in a primary school. What do? Do you tell those kids who are orphans that, well, sucks for you, you're smart, you grew, you went to secondary school, you're all on your own? Or do we start looking at ways to improve, continue supporting them? This is where, when this opportunity of ONPASSIVE came along, it made us to start dreaming in a different way, because each and every one of these kids, I believe, will have the opportunity to be able to achieve their God-given rights to do whatever they want to do in future. And think about it also, there is the hope there that even if they are not able to go to some super duper universities or colleges somewhere, we have a product, a solution through Academy that may one day be able to help them gain the type of education that a few of us have been lucky to get in the Western world without necessarily risking their lives or going far, or even taking a lot of loans if they can even take them. The fourth one, I wanted to end with the one which was really my first inspiration, was that of healthcare, because we know without health, there is no wealth. And when we go out there and we want to actually help humanity, to me, the best thing that we can do for humanity is to be able to give them the ability to do it for themselves. The current systems of food aid, health aid, and whatever that has the word aid in it fails because it does not address the root causes, which is really the blessing we have here, that our CEO understands it and is changing our mindsets to be able to think about this. I talked about this as one of the things that really started with me. I talked about the loss of my niece and other people in the family. I talked about the death of my father. And I even talked about, I forgot to say that when my dad was younger, they instituted a local, what we call sanitary project in the villages, where even people who had latrines, they had to make sure they were clean. There were monthly inspections around the homes where people they had to check to make sure that people cleaned the roads around their houses. And I mean, basic hygiene. And old men like this who were not educated, they found the need to be able to set up a health center in the village. When I started before ONPASSIVE, and I think when Sister Mabel talked about finance, my background, thank you for that. She talked about my passion in the area of finance. And one thing that looking at what my dad did to me, I thought I do not have the financial means to be able to actually do something. But I realized that by actually using tools, financial tools that are available to us here in the West, I am in a situation where if I am not here tomorrow, my family should be taken care of, because from a financial protection, they are taken care of. But more importantly, I think we will be able to actually, or then I'll be gone then, they will be able to set aside at least $500,000 of an endowment, which could actually be used to provide basic health for the family, for the community. And when I found out the opportunity that ONPASSIVE could provide, I thought $500,000 is nothing. I can be in a situation where, God willing, when I'm gone, we'll be talking of no less than $5 million. And why not start providing that support now? That is where things are very, very important. So I want to just share with you some of the field missions, and I think Dr. Pat and one of our other sisters on ONPASSIVE, this was a trip that they did to Nigeria at the beginning of last year. And when I watched the videos of what they did, it was very sobering, because all they went and did was just provide health education and did a lot of checks on people, you know, just to make sure that, you know, if there are some underlying issues that you need to go for a better checkup, that those people were aware of. This was a trip that was sponsored 100% out of pocket. Now, just think what would happen with ONPASSIVE. How far can we take this to? How far, instead of just going there, visiting these people, can we empower people through sharing our affiliate links with them, through actually helping them to be able to fish for themselves? That, my kings, queens, brothers and sisters, is really where my passion in ONPASSIVE started. And that's what every day develops further and further, because through this ONPASSIVE journey, I am learning and beginning to dream again, and dream big, because I think I can do more than just who I am. We have a community. Now I know that if I go to Singapore, I don't only have to be thinking about the tours area that I went for a corporate job. I know that I have sisters out there that I can go and I call them and I will talk to them. People that share the same vision with me, and we can work together to lift up humanity. I know, as I've said over and over, we have a business model. We don't have to go and just give handouts to people, live and feel good that we've done something. We can actually empower people. Our affiliate link is probably the most empowering tool that we have, and it's up to us to use it. We have a company backed with the best that is there to actually support us do this. And we have a company that is not only providing us with those physical means, but is a learning and development platform. If anything impresses me about this Singapore, Malaysia platform, is the area that you guys have chosen to focus on, which is developing the mindset. Developing our mindsets so that we can see these things that we need to do, because we can always look and not see. But if we change our mindsets, we can actually start seeing things. And I really want to thank all of you on this platform for what you do to actually see that you develop the people's mindsets to be able to lift this mission and carry on the vision of our CEO. And when I think about our products and solutions, the two that I just can't wait for them to come are O Bless itself, but it starts today, and O Academy, because I strongly believe that if I hadn't been given an educational opportunity, I'll not be where I am. And we have a platform that is going to level the playing field. So let's go use it. Let's work together, and let's see how together we can uplift humanity. Thank you, Sister Mabel, for allowing me to share my story. And I hope that in my story, somebody was able to pick up something that would help them to go out and take that extra step to build their own passive business, to change their mindset, and to be able to help one more person out there. I'm going to stop here.
Oh, thank you, Dr. John, for sharing your story. It's touching. It's really informative of what's happening in Cameroon. So just to complete the agenda for the night a little bit, to tap on your mindset, Dr. John, what do you think would be one particular character trait or virtue to have to achieve our goals? What do you think is essential?
Wow. Sister Weber, when you ask that question,
Yeah.
one of the problems with me is sometimes I could just go, like in 6 or 7 different directions.
Yes.
But to start that way, I want to just say that, there is the saying that to go fast, go alone, but to go far, go with others. And for that to happen, we need to actually have what I call an abundance mindset. To have an abundance mindset, one big trait that I believe we should actually develop is the trait of selflessness. Thinking about others more than we think about ourselves. Let's look at our CEO. Mr. Ash Mofare didn't need any of us to get ONPASSIVE done. He doesn't need any of us. But he sees us, as you rightly put in your presentation, as that army which can change this from being a company to a movement. We have an exec team that work crazy. Those guys are not simply doing their jobs. They are going beyond and above what is called of them. Think about their families. We don't even know who their family members are. Their families allow them to work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for us. These are selfless individuals. We have selfless leaders in our platform here. Dr. Bill, the likes of the Mike Williams, and all the other leaders who do presentations in different time zones around the clock. When I look at what these people are doing and look at the blessed spirit that our leader has unleashed, it is not only these people that I've mentioned that are really the ones we need to think of. When you look at a tree, what do you see? You see the branches, the leaves, you see the stem, but what you don't normally see, you don't see the roots. The roots of the tree are what actually provide for the tree the support, they provide the nutrients, and how deep and wide those roots go is really where the unseen parts that really help the whole tree. So if we look at each and every one of us in this platform as a root of ONPASSIVE, I'm thinking of leaders like yourselves on this platform. I'm thinking of the leaders on the different platforms that I attend to. I'll throw a couple of names here and I'll get in trouble because I'll forget about 90% of them. Like there's the Dream Team, and I think Dr. Derek on the Deep Dive team, and Pastor Paul 360 on, and then somebody like Engineer Mike. These are guys that I know, like for the Dream Team and the Deep Dive, these webinars like yours that started much later, they started in December 2020, and they've been going on every week, come rain, come shine. Whether the Sunday is a holiday, Christmas Day, whatever, there is a meeting. I see people like Dr. Derek, when we had the ecosystem launch, these guys were they were running webinars for 16 hours, 7 days a week. And then if they didn't finish helping somebody for 3 hours, they give their phone numbers. I see people like Sister Debbie, Sister Benny, some of our other sisters and brothers, like I think somebody like Bridget Kamsi. I see even people like you guys sing a song about you need to win it, our sister Lerato Shedere. Those people, they come in and they literally help inspire us. I have in JW, I said I was going to get in trouble. I'm going to stop here. But these people, they literally go out there and they help other people. They are not helping people through the webinars that they run. because those people are necessarily members of their team. You people are not here talking to only people who are those that you have invited into ONPASSIVE. You are here sharing the mindset to everybody. When I attend, like Sister Grace from their Ghanaian meeting, or Brother Sushanta or Wazim's, I see people who are out there, they are selflessly helping other people. These are not individuals who are looking to get, like hits on their YouTube channels. They are not individuals who are looking at being noticed or going to corporate webinars, but these are individuals who just see that a fellow ONPASSIVian needs help, and they go out and help them. One lady that really made me think about this idea of selflessness is a lady in South Africa. She's called Mama Edith. This lady is pulling people who are 80 years and above, who are struggling to use computers, to bring them into ONPASSIVE. And I remember her telling me once that, Dr. John, I'm not doing this for myself. I'm doing this for my great-grandchildren and for the generations to come. That is a selfless spirit. They are not thinking about themselves. Therefore, when you ask me what trait I see, which could really push us to go towards this ONPASSIVE passion, I would think of selflessness as the first thing. Obviously, it comes with humility. We know one person that was the most selfless person, and that was Jesus, because he didn't have to do what he did. He did not do it to gain any points from his Father, but he did it for us. So I'm not saying we go out and be like him, but that is a trait we can pick from seeing some of these examples. I know I took a long time to answer that question, but it's something that is very dear and close to my heart.
Thank you. You didn't take long enough. The more you speak, the more you set us on fire. I'm so revived even in my own passion. I speak to our own passion committee even now. As much as we have gone through, tonight's webinar ignites our own passion. Yes, we ought to continue on with what we want to achieve, and that is passion for humanity.
Amen.
So let's open up the floor now for feedback, comments, and then we see how we progress. Engineer Mike, very big warm welcome to our platform. Thank you for gracing our webinar tonight. Please share. Thank you so much. Joanne, is he muted?
He is trying to unmute. Okay, is he a co-host? Can he unmute?
Hello, did I unmute?
Yeah.
Yes.
We can hear you now.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. Mr. Mebe, the Asian webinars, I usually don't come on because it's very early for me. But I used to take care of the kids to take them to school, because I'm the caretaker for them, But today they're on vacation, so I'm like, okay. When Dr. Derek sent me the flyers today, I'm like, oh no, I must be on today. So I had to get up and come to this webinar. Thank you very much, everybody, all the leaders here present. I just want to appreciate you, Sister Mabel. I mean, like, I used to go through the recordings of your webinars, and I see the great work that you do. I see the great work that Dr. Bill do over here. Sister Debbie, or our queen, Mama Debbie, we call her. And Dr. Pat, supporting from behind, Dr. John, all the leaders here. I mean, Sister Faith, Queen Sister Faith, Thank you very much. So to me, when you see people say, who Dr. John was saying, oh my, somebody who is a helper, she's so special to me too, right? Dr. Patient is that person that I talk to her like almost 5 times every day. Sometimes we'll be talking and she's walking and I'm walking. We're multitasking, but we're still understanding what we're saying. She's doing this, I'm doing that, you know. It's just good to have somebody who is like a leader, who you really you people share the same vision and you people have that same correlation of whatever you're saying. I tie myself to the same thing that Dr. John just explained here today, the situations that came on, though my own story is a little bit different, but we are coming from the same country. The stings are the same, right? We go see Dr. Benny come out. She has this, her vision is to help the children in the St. Jude's Hospital. If you people know, it's a passion. That's what she says every time. You come, you see other leaders like Mama Debbie. You see that drinking water stuff. She wants to get so many boreholes so that that village, that boundary that Dr. John was saying, can be relieved from getting the water from the boreholes. Now, in the bigger picture, if we go to the African continent, which is where all of us are coming there, Dr. John and all the other people, we have a big agenda. Okay, we have a union of all the 55 African countries now are 55 African states. They call it the African Union. Before it was called Organization of African Unity. The changes now is called African Union. So they have an agenda, okay? The agenda is called Agenda 2063. Now, Dr. John and myself were having a conversation the other day. So he's saying, if we will be having this mechanism, Mr. Mufare has created this platform for us called ONPASSIVE ecosystem. We can use this platform and change everything in the world. We can change it because it is a revolutionized platform, which is to uplift humanity and eradicate poverty. Guess what? Why? Because we have these 5 items, which are our business model. What our business model? We have the tools. Okay, number 1, these 50+ tools that were developed by this magnificent team, dream team of Mr. Mufare. Now, the second one, which is it? The second, after we have the tools, then we have what is called the cost. The cost is very pocket friendly, that everybody around the globe can afford it and they will be able to use it. Now, the third aspect of it is automation. Other platforms are, you have to be typing so many things, but our own is automated because the scripts, they are written by scripts. They wrote scripts that will be running our system for us, which is magnificent. Then there's another aspect of money, revenue. Everybody that is involved in our ecosystem, after using it for some time, you'll be generating an income. Then the last module, the last component of the module is our, what we call targeted traffic. It's not the traffic. People tell you, oh, come and buy traffic for $10, come and buy traffic for $20 when you're doing business online. But this one is targeted traffic, meaning the people that our CEO, who has the best algorithms, okay, he has the best algorithms for traffic generation, will be sending to our website for people who are around there who needs those services. So he will send them, and those are the things that you need to succeed in a business. All the other companies that are on there don't provide you those 5 components, okay? We have a business model that have those 5 components. Do you think we will succeed? Yes. Not only us, everybody which will be connected to our ecosystem will succeed. So will this project that we are talking about, the African Union 2063, will it reach 2063? I'm not sure. because Dr. John and myself and the team, Dr. Pat, Dr. Benny, Engineer Bridget Kamsi, Sister Queen Mama Debbie, you know what? We will put our heads together and sell out this technology to the African community in such a way that the learn 2065, I'm not sure we'll be alive, all of us here, but we can make it shorter by introducing this platform to the governments and the heads of states of all the 55 countries so that they consider this. Let me tell you two things in their agenda, which kills me. The first one, they're talking about regional integration. So the regional integration, what? Through roads. Guess what? I told the CEO one time that my dream is to get roads in Africa. And what did he say? He did say he has called the project now Africa. He didn't say only roads. He said fast train routes. So if you go, that is one of the agenda of the African Union, which is regional integration by creating those roads. Now, the second thing, number two there, they are saying they want to get a one old university, which is online, that people can stay where they are and study, and it's good. Guess what? We got the solution. What's the solution? Academy, Dr. John just told us. And the third one will be our OBLES, which will use all those projects. For instance, if I take that road project and I create a course in OBLES, it will be sponsored because this is, Sister Mabel, you yourself, you will donate to that cause because it is something that is developing the whole of Africa. We don't have energy, but guess what? Africa is, we have solar power, we have a lot of light, we have a lot of water that we can get hydroelectric power. We will develop this hydroelectric power and supply in the grid, Africa grid, so that all these giant countries, Nigeria, South Africa, Ghana, Cameroon, will be able to have sustainable electricity that they can generate all these industries. You know, it's industrialization. Depends on what you have as energy, right? So we have all of this. We will work with all of us here. We are the same. ONPASSIVE is one village. Last night we were in Minu's webinar, and what happened is they proposed to Mari to tell Mr. Mufare that they should create an ONPASSIVE village in Dubai. Just create an ONPASSIVE village, build villas for all of us to go there. I mean, just have somewhere for us that will be vacated and going there. Those are the things, if we put our hands together. Our big brother just told us, Dr. John, say selfless, putting everything together, and we work together and we make these dreams happen. My dream, like Dr. John's dream, like every other leader from Africa's dream, is to make Africa the way it should be. Not only that we produce raw materials for the West, no. They call us the South or whatever. It's Mama, our sister Queen Mama Debbie, she knows how they call us, whether it's the South or what. Mama Debbie, what's the word? I forgot it. So
global South.
Global South. Thank you, Mama. So we, the global South, we will work with the knowledge that we have. Dr. John is very intelligent, right? I have other people who are very intelligent, even more than me, but I have 3 degrees, right? I'm a civil, petroleum, and IT engineer, 3 of them. I didn't want to get a PhD. I just wanted to get so many degrees. If we put all these, our heads together, we'll make a better life for the Africans. That is where things are really bad, right? Africa, South Africa, Southeast Asia, we will touch all those lives. So we want to thank our CEO for creating this platform for us. We will take it and run with it. And this will be our platform that we need to use it to eradicate poverty and uplift humanity. I'll raise my case here, Queen Sister Mabel. Thank you.
Wow, thank you. Thank you so much for your sharing. And indeed, it's really enriching. Jeannie, you want to help? And John is the next one. Thank you, Engineer Mike. We will remember every word that you say.
Yeah. And thank you, Dr. John. Tonight's talk is really, really so empowering. and it's really building us, making us stronger. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you. And okay, next we have Brother John. Over
Yes.
to you, Brother John. Yeah.
Thank you, Jean. Thank you very much. Hello, everybody. And I don't have much to say. I don't usually have much to say, but I do like to contribute. And I must say, I want to thank Dr. John. And I want to, his story is inspirational. I mean, it was touching to hear. And I'm learning always about these situations. But when this kind of thing comes up and I hear these stories, and then I see what Dr. John is all about, and it's inspiring after hearing his story today and then hearing about what he is actually doing. And I have nothing much more to say except for I offer my support and appreciation for him and what he's saying. And I really appreciate, to bring ONPASSIVE into it, let me just say that, yes, and look what ONPASSIVE is doing for him and for us in enabling us to expand and dream big and to accomplish something as big as what we're hearing, what his goals are to help the situation in his country and the people where he lives and where he comes from. It's just amazing. And like I say, I just want to offer my support and appreciate what he presented to us today. It was, just so touching, so inspiring. So thank you very much. That's all I have to say.
Indeed. Thank you, John. Jeannie? Jeannie, you're muted.
Okay, next, thank you, Brother John. Next, we have Mr. Raj from India.
Yeah, thank you so much, Jeannie. Yeah, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. What an incredible session, insightful, open-minded, and brainstorming. It was really rocking. Dr. John, really you are a great international hero. I hats off. Your real picture of the world you have kept. This is really alarming situations. Whole world is facing basic needs of life like health, education, foods, water, energy everywhere. Still, and United Nations has set 17 sustainable development goal. Yes, this is Herculean task to solve this problem, but nobody is taking any step for solving this problem. I think the crown head of internet ONPASSIVE has come, and Mr. S. Mufara, the global man of the humanity, is taking fabulous steps for solving entire millions of problems of humanity, because ONPASSIVE is concentrating on solution seeker, not problem, solution seeker. And this is right time for all of us. We know ONPASSIVE is really endowed with, oh bless, that is the heart of ONPASSIVE. And artificial intelligence is a pacemaker of ONPASSIVE. Artificial intelligence, multiple automation, huge traffic, and machine learning. And these are all the great tools of ONPASSIVE, which is bringing true financial and time freedom. I think what we are facing the problem in today's world, all the problems are going to solve by ONPASSIVE. So we are so fortunate. We are founding members. We are champion. We are hero. And each founding member is taking a mammoth step, going to take mammoth step to reshaping the planet. What our great CEO, Mr. S. Mufarab, a real legend CEO. What a tremendous personality. He is boss of internet, and his heart is massive. Internet is minds of apples, infinite apples. What is happening in today's world? We are living in the 21st century of the world. It is very competitive and cutting edge technology. What Google is doing for humanity, what Zoom is doing for humanity, what Facebook is doing for humanity. No giant companies coming forward to take and solve the problem of humanity. But my dear friends, this is a wonderful time. This is rejoicing time, feasting time for all of us. We are having one of the pacemaker, trendsetter, and dynamic, most vibrant concept on passive, who is leading the world and creating a positive vibes in the environment of world. That is why I'm saying that we are robust, we are massive, and we should feel proud as a founding members. We are going to solve basic problems of humanity because on passive guaranteed 100% financial and time freedom. That is really incredible moment. Next point I want to add, Mr.
Yes.
John kept real dark picture of Africa, even Asian country, even I am talking about India. Yes, we all the super country, they are robust, having the their power of GDP. But what is the condition of common people? Common people, that is a very panic, very crying situations everywhere, starvations, water crisis, energy crisis. My dear friends, I think on passive is a complete internet solution, a complete SaaS and Catmo. They are game changer, and we are going to launch with O Connect, which is going to bring a laurel in the humanity. Now
Thank you, Mr.
world is
Raj.
changing, and yes, just 1 minute I want to add. Yes, now this is a time, this is need of power to serve the humanity and follow the vibration of self prestige, respectful life, because on passive is a concept which is transforming things, paradigm shift of common people, making
Yes,
them an extraordinary people.
thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Mr. Raj.
yeah,
Thank you so much. Thank you for your sharing. Okay, next we have
Yeah, thank
Dr.
you.
Patience. Dr. Patience, please. Hi.
Thank you, Sister Jenny. Thank you, Sister Mabel and Brother Kamaran for this wonderful platform. I see we are getting out of crunch time. Yes, I'm not going to talk for long. I just want to thank you, Brother Kamaran, the ONPASSIVE Singapore Malaysian Passion team for this amazing platform, which you feed people's mind. There's a lot of, I'm glad there are a lot of platforms like this. We are focusing on the mind because our CEO already told us that the money part is a done deal. But if we have the money come to us as a tornado or a tsunami or whatever you want to call it, and our minds are not ready, there will be one big hot mess. But as we keep learning and keep going to this platform, what I got again today is we can start doing the little we can. We don't have to wait for millions before we can start touching life. Dr. Derek always said that if you buy a case of water, 12 case, give one away to somebody that needs water, right? We don't have to wait. You have a loaf of bread, share it with somebody, we don't have to wait. So that's what I'm getting. And I'm glad that all of you here have that passion for helping each other. And most of us had it, but we're like, how can I do it? We were just disillusioned, but ONPASSIVE have woken that dream from us, that light in us, that beacon in us, to say that, look, we can do it. We don't need much to do it. But instead of going to bed with a full stomach, we can go have full stomach and let the other person have full stomach instead of them going to bed hungry with an empty stomach. So thank you for keep feeding us on this platform. So we have the mindset of giving, the mindset of caring, the mindset to uplift humanity. I'll stop sharing because a lot of hands are up and mindful of time. I had a lot to share, but I think my husband said a lot, so that's okay. Thank you for this wonderful platform.
Thank you, Dr. Patience. Thank you. Yeah, when we have more time, we will call you back. Thank you so much. Okay, next we have Divya Kumar.
Hey, Dr. Benny, who is first?
Hi, Divya. He's muted. Joanne, please. Please help. Joanne? Thank you.
Hello.
Hi.
Am I hearing? clearly audible to all of you? Hello?
Yeah.
Am I audible? Okay,
Yeah, we can
thank you
hear
very
you.
much.
Please go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much, Jenny, and my dear sister, and all the people, those who have been here, and it is such a wonderful opportunity to share something in front of you. And believe me, this is a real insight to learn, to understand, and to grow, because these all things really make us most robust, most propelling to us, to the humanity. And if I'm saying this thing, there is a lot of reason behind, because Mr. Asher, our great CEO, who has really given a great wisdom to all of us, he has really shown the character, the way we actually want to grow in such a cutting edge technology. So overall, we can say that these all things are really important, and it does have a great matter in front of all. So we are just to spread the humanity and the mankind to make it best. So the most important thing, which is right now, to know about how we can ease the society, because the society is really having great crisis. So here, all the OES system is really dedicated for the common people. I mean to say, the most 8 billion people, those are the really deprived from the common sanitations and all the nutritions. So here we all are the, as a Mother Teresa, and this thing has really given a lot of values to the rest of the society. So I'm really thank you to all of you that you have given me such a wonderful opportunity to share something in front of you. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Divya. Thank you so much for sharing. Okay, next we have our queen, Dr. Benny. Over to you.
Greetings.
Greetings.
Thank you so much, Queen Jenny, for giving me this opportunity. Before I proceed, I know I'm not going to be here for long as well. I want to take this special moment to thank my God. I don't know if the God that I serve is the God that you guys serve, but the God that I serve is the God that Mr. Ash Mufara served, right? Because he stated that either I do or I die. This our God brought you and I this morning. I want to thank him for waking all of us up. I want to thank him for the air that we're breathing. And I keep saying, there are a lot of people in the hospital who are suffering and they are paying for the air. You and I were not. And I want you guys, brothers and sisters, mommies, daddies, please tell your children to thank their father for waking up this morning. Anyway, this our father also sent our visionary to all of us. He is here to eradicate poverty and to uplift humanity. And that is what DrJohn is doing. DrJohn, I want to thank you and your lovely, beautiful, gorgeous Queen Dr. Pat for everything that you guys have done. By looking at those pictures, the orphanage, I feel it. I see those beautiful children. And I keep praying that one day, all of us will help the children. Engineer Michael stated that if we can really work as a team, our CEO stated from the beginning, whether you're black, green, red, yellow, Chinese, or wherever you come from, India, if we can work together with this orphanage, the widowers, these children will never suffer again. Are you guys willing to work together? Because I don't see that yet. I have been watching. 1.4 million brand ambassadors, affiliates? I haven't seen it yet. But Dr. John, I want to thank you. Please keep up the good work. And those who are really helping this, our children, our orphanage, our God is going to continue to guide and protect you guys and our children. This orphanage, they really need serious help. The widowers, some of them don't have education. So when we start receiving the apples, if we can just help them, ask them what they want, what are their goals, right? Then you teach them to, like you give money. Let me say some of them might need a sewing machine, give it to them. And then they'll be able to help themselves rather than giving them money every day. No, we have to teach them. They have to learn. What do they want? But again, Dr. John, you guys started this thing when there was no ONPASSIVE. May the Lord be with you. May the Lord guide you. May the Lord protect you and your lovely wife. Amen. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Benny. Yes. May God bless Dr. John and Dr. Patience and all the people who are helping you in doing your job, the job that you're all doing. It's really very heartwarming. It really touches my heart when you share what you are doing there. Thank you so much. But I know Dr. Patience has always been with us, and she has already shared her passion with us as well. A few of our sessions here on Thursdays. So thank you very much, Dr. Patience. And thank you, Dr. Benny. Okay, next we have Miss Siddiq, from India. Hi, sister. Joanne, please. Yeah,
hello.
thank you.
Thank you for giving me opportunity and big stage. My name is Siddhi Singh and I am from India and I belong in Mumbai. So today topic is so wonderful because it is decided all the judges, and such a ONPASSIVE is a bigger wonderful thing and their features. I want to say some words of ONPASSIVE. Actually, I am nervous because that's my first time. So don't be serious, okay? So I want to say ONPASSIVE about ONPASSIVE. It's such a wonderful and really its feature is so amazing. And absolutely their features, their apps, I swear I use their features is wonderful because I realize I use OConnect. It's like Instagram and Telegram. It's a wonderful platform, and we need to time spend and time spend on our own platform, not another like Instagrams and Telegram. We need to time spend on products like Onet, Oblast, OConnect. Such a wonderful because it's made for Ash Mufaris sir. I really proud for him. It's a wonderful man for thinking of all peoples. It's a wonderful. Ash Mufaris sir is a really good person, and thank you for giving me opportunity to sharing my on feelings about ONPASSIVE. It's such a wonderful, and thank you for all our judges. So thank you for giving me opportunity. I hope I hope you like it, and thank you. That's my first time. That's why I am nervous, but it's okay. Thank you for giving me opportunity. And we are.
You're muted.
Thank you for host. Over to you, host.
Ginny, you're muted.
Okay, sorry. Thank you, Miss Sidit. Thank you so much for sharing. Don't worry, you've done well for the first time. Not bad, good. Keep it up. Okay, next. Now it's 10:30. So we would like to keep to our schedule if possible, but let us have Dr. Patience to have one more last word before we pass back to Mabel? Dr. Patience, would you like to say one small little thing before we pass to Mabel?
Thank you, Sister Jenny. I think because of time, I come here every day. I always share my platform, but let me tell you, we are one global family. Dr. Benny, I hear you, but there's a core of people working together. They said, I have a motto that's small but mighty. Small but mighty. So that core that has the same mindset as we're working, trust me, a lot of people will join. And if you come and see this platform, see the way Sister Mabel, Sister Jenny, Sister Faith, Brother Kromana are putting this together. They're putting that mindset together. So let's not worry, we're going to get there. One step at a time. They say a journey is a step at a time. And that's what we're doing, step at a time. We are getting there, we are there, and we're going to do great. Trust me. Work with the mindset of people here as we're starting, the people that, and you will expand. Don't wait for 1 million people to work together. Start with a core. Start with a single drop of water, make an ocean. Let's keep doing that. Let's put that drop together and form that ocean. Thank you. Since I see a hand up, let me let.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Patience.
Dr. Patience. Thank you.
Thank you,
Okay, we
Jeannie.
have one last person. That's Emmanuel.
I think, Jeannie, I think we can have 1 minute for each person, and then we won't be too far off our target. Maybe Emmanuel, and then we have Dr. Derek, and Debbie must say something before we close tonight. So Emmanuel, please.
Emmanuel, please. No,
unmute.
Joanne, please. He's muted. Emmanuel, hold on. All right, you're good to go. Hey, again.
You're muted.
Joanne, please. Thank you. Okay,
you
you're
hear
good
me?
to go. Yeah.
Okay. I must say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all. My name is Emmanuel from Nigeria. Yeah, this is the first time I'm attending this webinar, and it was great for me. I wish to thank God for the gift of ONPASSIVE, the gift of our founder and CEO, Mr. Ash Musaira, and for the great leaders who have organized this webinar. We thank God for giving us this gift. It's actually meant for humanity, and we cannot rule that out. I believe that each and every person who is a grand ambassador or affiliate will be able to extend a helping hand to one person. And that person also will extend it to the next, and the chain will continue that way. I watched one of the Indian movies, and the actor was stressing on the chain, that the chain should not be broken. If you receive a helping hand, you extend it to the next. And before you know it, the whole community will be transformed. The whole world will be transformed. The whole human race is one. So I don't have much to say, but to thank you and to encourage you to keep it up. The team motivated me to join. I left the office. I have to be here to listen to the presenters. And Dr. John, you're wonderful. Dr. Benny and all the presenters. May God bless you. Let us continue to have one mindset of helping and uplifting humanity. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Emmanuel. Thank you. God bless you too. Okay, next we have, can we call upon Dr. Derek, please? Dr. Derek.
Dr. Derek.
Dr. Derek, are you
Debbie.
there? Dr. Derek.
Peace and love
Peace,
for all of us.
blessings, enough, holy, plenty, a lot of love to all our global ambassadors. And that is why we are global, because we have a global crisis. Thank you very much, Queen Mabel, and of course, Queen Faith, and Queen Jenny, and Queen First Lady Dr. Benny, and Queen Dr. Patience, and of course, Queen Debbie, and all the kings and queens but thank you very much, King Dr. John. That was an awesome presentation that brings the heart of ONPASSIVE, because without the heart, it will be just another business. And this is not just another business. This is a company with a heart, and the heart of Ashmafari. Let us remember that this is Ashmafari's dream. This is not Mabel's dream. This is not my dream. This is not Dr. John's dream or Dr. PHN's dream or Sir John, King John Barella dream. No, this dream is Sir Ash Mufari's dream. So whenever you want to start his dream and activate his dream, please remember, it is his dream. If there was no ONPASSIVE, if Ash Mufari did not share ONPASSIVE, just like the other persons, like Bill Gates and, you know, Jeff Bezos and Mark Zuckerberg, they didn't share. They did not share. When I told people that Apple started in 1976, 76, yes, Apple started in 1976. Most people know Apple when Apple came out with iPhone in the 2000, early 2000. That's when most people know Apple. So Ash Mufari could have done the same. He hasn't, because his dream is to help lift up humanity. And that is what he's trying to pass on to us, to get that heart, to lift up humanity, lift up that 95% of humanity that is down deep under the ground. Most of us not even on the ground, because most of us are actually living dead, walking dead, because some of us actually on the brink of losing hope. So let us, as we share in Ash Mufari's vision, get a vision of our own to assist humanity and to bring good, to lift up humanity, where we can feel a sense of pride, a sense of awe, a sense of love that Ash Mufari and Christ is trying to pour out into all of us. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Derek. It's always good to hear from you, Dr. Derek. Thank you so much. Next, yes, we have Queen Debbie. Queen Debbie, without you, we will not have a show tonight. Thank you so much for inviting Dr. John. Thank you.
Thank you so much to all our brothers and sisters. Don't give me too much credit. He was also a willing part of this, willing to come. But I also want to thank everyone who has spoken. Dr. Derek, thank you so much, Papa. Love seeing you, as always. And Brother Engineer Mike, thank you. And most of all, Brother Kumaran, those avatars are just outstanding. Don't think that we don't see it. I just listen and I picture you making them. We appreciate you very much. We know you're always quiet, but you work in the background. And that's what matters. It's, you know, it's who you are, and we value you very much. Brother Emmanuel, I want to thank you for coming here for the first time. And I want to thank each and everyone who has signed in to support from the numerous emails I sent to them today, because I said, we want to see you all show up. We have almost, 120 plus. Wow. And that is awesome. We appreciate you, each and everyone who has come. This is global, and I saw a lot of global faces from Germany, from UK, Canada, South Africa, Jamaica, everywhere signing in. Malaysia, Singapore, we thank you, and our Indian global ambassadors. We thank everyone who supports on a regular basis. And just to add one little thing, what Brother John was able to experience in March, I have not been fortunate to go there because I'm not allowed to. They cannot guarantee my safety going there because I have certain connections with work or something else. So it just brought back tears to me, seeing that this is my village I want to provide water there, but yet I cannot go there. It hurts, but nobody knows that because we just find ways to move on. And we hope that with ONPASSIVE, we're going to have a blessing that continuously will help empower not just us, but generations to come. And we on this platform, we have that mindset to continue to make it happen. Thank you all so much for giving me the chance to talk. I wasn't intending to talk today, Sister Mabel. Thank you so much. And before we all leave, please, we're having one of our leaders join us next week, Michael Williams AIM. So show up.
Sure.
Show up.
I love that. I love
all
that.
our Malaysia and Singapore global ambassadors, please show up. Thank you so much. Back to you, Sister Mabel and Sister Jeannie.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sister Debbie. Yeah,
Can I
back to you,
summarize?
Mabel? Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Debbie. And you know, in all things, whether the hands and the legs move, Debbie, it's the heart that moves. You have the heart and you will create many hands and legs to do what is in your heart. So worry not, many will go on your behalf. It will be done. And I want to say at the beginning now of this little summary and the end, you know, my engineering might, it will be well for Africa. Hallelujah. You know, a lot of people are already talking about Africa and the Africans are arising. So it will be well for Africa. And it is the time and the season and the hour for this nation to arise. Thank you, Dr. John, for sharing a real life story. We are touched, we are moved, and indeed you have ignited even the passion of the passion.
Thank you.
I want you to know what you have done. You have ignited even the passion of the passion tonight. So it is, you gave us the mindset to enable us and asking us to hope and dream again. And the question is, what would you do if all the means are provided? Thank you, Mr. Ash Mufara. Your trait that we ought to have is selflessness. Thank you for that. What a basis. That is the root, as what Debbie says, the heart, the passion, and now is selflessness with humanity. That is the root of how this world Africa, of how passion will move and move mightily. Thank you, Dr. John. So I said, I mean, there are many great leaders. I won't mention because they are already mentioned. I want to say at the beginning, and now I'll say again before I close. Africa, world for Africa. Thank you for sharing Africa tonight, Cameroon, etc. And I really want to thank the host team tonight and all who have spoken. Debbie, thank you. Dr. Benny, thank you. John, if you're still around, thank you so much. And of course, Jeannie, Faith, Kumaran, and Joanne in the back office as our hosts. So thank you. I want to, if you all will allow me, 1 minute to Sinat and 1 minute to Sukani. We don't want to deprive anyone who have that, who put up their hand. So Sihan, please unmute and speak.
Thank you, ma'am, for giving me opportunity.
1 minute.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Please speak.
Thank you, ma'am, for
taking 1 minute. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for giving me opportunity for I express on stage. Ma'am, my name is Josiran Singh and I'm from India. And today I am speak about ONPASSIVE product. This ONPASSIVE product is really a nice product because I experienced it in the trial of 14 days, and I experienced that these all products are very well for use and other activity.
Yes.
Just like OConnect. OConnect is the best video conferencing tools for another meeting and much more. You can use their sound effects and removing background. It's so amazing. Really, I compare it from Zoom, and I just happy from because I am a founder of that business. Who is the greatest one because of its tool, and has a 17 plus products. This is a plus point of ONPASSIVE, and thank you, ma'am, for giving me opportunity.
Thank you.
To share me on stage. Thank you,
Yes.
ma'am.
Thank you for rounding up with good products. And Engineer Mike, there's someone very excited about products, which is wonderful. So great. So Sukanti, please take 1 minute to share. Thank you.
You need to
Unmute,
unmute.
Sukanti,
Joanne, please help.
Okay.
Joanne, please.
Sukanti.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hello.
Yes. You may speak now.
Hello, ma'am. Namaste. I am Sukanti Masanta from Indian Odisha, state Odisha, India country and state Odisha. I am proud of very proud of for your winning. Congratulations. I wish you get more success and sir. Oh, I am proud to hear the news of your winning. I wish you congratulations. Keep up the good work. Or I am song English speak. Yes, ma'am. Please.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
My song is speaking. We are unpaced elegant, unpaced very stable, unpaced product is very marvelous, mind-blowing picture, unpaced unpaced company, no number one in it to win it. Sir, look so strong and confident. I fell in love with you, we are unpessimer and very day. I saw you are most beautiful person. I know my heart belong to Unpessy. Oh, I need to in it. Unpessy. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
I just text Kumarana, you can't leave the night without speaking. So take 1 minute for all that you have created. Please speak, please share. 1 minute also. Kumaran.
Thank you, Mabel. Actually, not much to say because today the great leaders like Engineer Michael is here, Dr. Derek is here, our brother John is here, Dr. Patient. They did their part already. So, but I just want to take a family photo. Can Dr. Derek, can you please video avatar?
Dr. Derek.
Please, I just want to take
Show your real face.
Kumaran, what about Dr. Benny?
Yeah. Let me. Okay.
Yeah, gallery, is it? Wow, John, you're still around. I thought you.
How about wait, one more. Dr. Patience.
Okay.
John?
Dr. Patience.
Okay, right. Done. Okay, done.
Kumaran, no. Put Dr. Patience. Dr. Patience.
I'm on a call.
Okay.
Okay, good. Okay, all done. All is well.
Okay, done already.
Wonderful. We will close in just a few seconds. Thank you everyone for coming. It's a fantastic night, a wonderful night where passions are united and reunited. Thank you. It is, as I have said, it is World for Africa tonight. And we are for you. For those who with the same passion, let's come together and build it. And for a quick update is that August is going to be an exciting August with many revelation, many things revealing, another top from top to top. So see you again next Thursday. Thank you, everyone. We love you. Singapore love you. Malaysia love you. And we love the world. Amen. Thank you.
Yes.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
We want to tell
Bye-bye.
Engineer Mike to come back. Engineer Mike, you have to be part of this all the time. We need you here.
Come back.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you,
Bye-bye.
everyone.
Thank you.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Thank
I was
you.
on a
Bye,
call.
Oh, no,
Oh,
Dr.
thank
Derek
you.
is
It's
back. You want to
okay.
take a photo?
Taken
Yeah.
taken already.
Taken, no, with
Dr.
the
Derek,
avatar?
just
Yeah, taken already.
okay.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
All
Wait,
right.
wait, wait.
Have
Hang
a
on,
blessed
Let me take
evening.
one.
Good night to you.
Okay.
Okay.